And then they were giving me, by then, like, now 20 CDs or something. And I wasn't even focusing on that because
That is
supporters...
for the month.
Yeah. When I went to Olympics, a small boy always come in. I don't even know what is called contract. Even when you give me a paper to sign, I'll just do it and go and play because I want to play. Yes. You have to sign this paper for us to be able to register you. Even if it has to be 20 years, 30 years, I didn't even pay attention to that. You also call a boot at the home, any gloves. I was very excited by them. Supporters were supporting me, and people were like, "Oh, Charlie Okusku Abrana Beji." So my mind wasn't even on yes. When you are doing well, they are always like, "Oh, Hamo in friend, mommy, Brakanim, or Dube Kofi, or Siwa at least Kakrabeba." No fear sometimes. And when those kind of things, they'll bring it to my mother, and I'm okay with that. So Accra Academy, it was Coach Sapon who took me there.
Oh, so you played under Coach Sapon? Well, welcome to the Gajio Podcast in the studios of GMN. Here is where you get all quality interviews, discussions, every analytical content as far as sports is concerned. We are here to sort you out. My name is Ejare, and let me kindly remind you to subscribe to our channel on YouTube as GMN Sports, on TikTok as GMN Studios. We have a lot of quality and mouth-watering content for you. So you enjoy all of our content. Leave a comment on all of our content, and there'll be more for you. Today, I have a very famous and interesting personality who is a former goalkeeper for the Black Satellite. He's played for mouthful of clubs in Ghana. He's played for Accra Great Olympics. He's played for Tema Youth, and he's played for Medeama Sporting Club, a former Ghana Premier League champion. And he is in the name of Joseph Holm. He's here to share his story and experiences as far as his football career is concerned. Currently a coach, and he's here to tell us all what we need to hear. So Joseph, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope everything is fine.
What can I say? We're just managing things.
You're just managing things. Like
everybody is a manager in Ghana now. So.
You're managing things like you've managed the goalpost for the Black Stars, for the Black Satellite.
Some time ago. Years ago. So
very great. How does it feel being a part of the national team some time ago?
Let me say confidently, the best thing that will ever happen for any other Ghanaian footballer across the country, if you have the chance or the privilege to be with the national team, that is all that we are looking for. So me being there at that time was something different in my life.
Which year are you talking about?
Yeah, 2006, and then I got injury. I broke my leg. Olympics against Azakes when I was just right away from the Ghana national team. We played Senegal in their home, and then I went for a game for my club, and then
that is Olympics,
and then I broke my leg. I had a crash with a player, and then I broke my leg, and I went out for 10 years, and I came back. Yeah, 10 years, and I came back, and then
10 years.
Yeah, coming back, and then I qualified Olympics back to the Premier again. I left, and then I joined Medeama. I was the first goalkeeper to qualify Medeama for the Confederation Cup. That is, yeah.
So you got injured when Olympics were in the Premier League?
Yes, they played against Azakes, if you recollect, in 2006. Yes, yeah. I was the goalkeeper whose leg was broken.
And then Olympics were relegated seasons after
seasons.
And then 10 years after your injury, you started playing again.
I started. Actually,
I brought Olympics back to the Premier
Division, and I left there. I went to Tema Youth. I brought Tema Youth to Premier Division because by then they were in relegation as well. So I brought them back to Premier, and I left them to Medeama. And
do you call yourself the promotion expert?
I wouldn't say that because I didn't do that alone, but it was a teamwork.
We have coaches who have promoted a lot of clubs to the Premier League or to the first year in the country's league, and they call themselves promotion experts or relegation experts. Someone like Sam Allardyce, when you are struggling or battling for relegation and he comes in, he's going to savage you.
Yeah, sometimes, people will say that, but for me, I wouldn't say that because it's all come with a teamwork. Because even if I will say, okay, I have the luck or whatever it takes to be there. I wouldn't play 1 against 11 or something. Probably people will always
It is a team
help
Yeah.
with some kind of thoughts. Maybe supporters will also contribute something little by telling you, oh, Charlie, coffee, neke, bawabu, yes, those are all part of it. That is why I don't rally, or let me put it this way, past glories. I don't enjoy being past glories or something.
You don't enjoy it. I didn't.
Yes, because when people will be saying, oh, I did that, oh, when I did this, no. Did you do that alone? No.
It was a collective. Something.
So I may say, or I would probably say, Charlie, my time, me and my colleagues, Charlie, what we did was massive. Then involving them. Yeah. So that is how I'll say it.
So
I didn't do that alone.
That is it. So
if I tell you, Pate was my boy when we were in Tema Youth, and I was even giving him
Thomas
money.
Pate.
Yeah. Moses OJ, they were the younger ones when I was there.
Yeah.
Because I have been there and then joined them, and then we were rolling together. When Patty sees me today, you know what he will do, you know what he will say and stuff and things. Many of them, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. That one, it is what it is.
That is life.
I understand based on the name Joseph Holm.
Yeah.
You're a Ghanaian.
50-50. My mom was a guy, my dad was a Fanti. Yeah.
So the
I
Holm
was
is
born and
from-
bred in Accra,
The Holm is from Fanti,
Sotpon.
Saucepan. Okay,
Wow.
so you're Fanti and you're a Ghanaian. So do you
We-
speak Fanti?
We have families around Osutu.
Okay. Do you speak Fanti?
A little. I was born and bred in Accra, so
So everything is
but
Ghana.
Fanti, yes, but it wouldn't be like you being there.
Okay. So where did you live? From
Jamestown. I graduated from Jamestown.
You were born in Jamestown.
Jamestown, close to fire service. But people always be like, Accra, we on free Jamestown, because I was that quiet type and then always indoors.
Jamestown boys are loudy.
Some people say that, but I don't see myself to be like that. I was once from a good home. Probably it was a Charlie Menko Bobo, those kind of things. Also, I'm always at home by then.
Your parents didn't want you to play.
Yeah, especially my dad. He go to school. It got to a time that my mom was like, "Oh, Charlie, man, Charlie." Like people would come to me, and my mom was like a happy person, like seeing people always coming for me. But my dad
To go and play.
My dad would be like, my dad doesn't like making friends.
Okay.
He fears to bring problems home. So he will be always like, Charlie, hey, go inside. He wouldn't talk, but when he looks at you, you just have to,
Or you need to be sure, yeah.
So
This is not what you're supposed to do.
And sometimes you'll be out there playing Muchendi, and then you will come. When I'll be in the post, and when I see him standing,
Speed.
Charlie, I have to leave. Sometimes when I'm running, and I'll be running, and he'll be like, "Move friend, but one man better go." Then I'll be like, so it got to a time he has to leave me, and he was once a footballer.
Your daddy.
He plays very well. So when my first time Olympics got me, and then I joined the national under. First, I joined the national under 17 2005, and the first time they introduced MRI. Okay. So after qualification, when we were going to the World Cup at Peru, I have to.
They said you were old.
Not old, but because they said we were in the Premier Division already, so I don't know how it happened. Last minute.
So the MRI captured that you were ineligible to play for under 17.
Yeah, that is what they said. But this is Ghana. Sometimes people say things and then you know where they are coming from. So
it's a deliberate something.
But the following year we were all in the
under 20,
and old and behold, they captured the good players as well. So I was the number one there with a couple of players who played. I played with Kojo Asamoah, Jonathan Korte.
Who's Kojo Asamoah? Black Stars Kojo Asamoah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They were all my mates, but Isaac was at them all.
Okay.
So that it is what it is, that is life for you.
So when you had a call up to the under 17s, were you a player for Great Olympics?
Yes, I was with Great Olympics, and then I had a call up. And mind you, I was a pioneer for Black Star B team.
Okay.
Yeah,
the Black Galaxies.
The Black Galaxies. We were the first people who started that.
Okay.
Yeah, they started with us, me, Samia J, and Patrick Enchi, then time Liberty Professionals.
Professionals.
So we were the 3 goalkeepers, and from there they took me to under 17.
Okay.
So that was it.
That's great. So let's take you through your background. When did you start playing football? Your course teams, your educational background.
Yes, I completed Accra Academy. I played for Salamis
Completed
for some
Accra
time.
Academy.
Yes,
Which year?
98.
Okay.
So I played with. I was playing for Salamis when they were training at Accra Academy because of the schooling. I was.
It was a course club.
So Accra Academy, it was Coach Sapon who took me there.
Oh, so you played under Coach Sapon?
Yes, he actually I was supposed to go to a different school, but Coach Sapon brought me
Because
there.
it was an academy, so he took you
Yeah,
to
and we
academy.
trained there too. So he's been seeing me all the time,
Okay.
and he knows me from Accra too. When he will come watch Muchidi, and he'll be like, "Hey, who the other Dago Achew," those kind of stuff. So he knows me very well. So he gave me the opportunity to join the school, and then it was going well. So from there, I came back to play Kenal Racing Babies. So playing under 14, playing under 17 at the same time. So my first year, second year at during the under 17 coach, and then Olympics came for me.
Wow.
So from there, I played. By then time when the league is about to start, they play Gala.
Gala.
Gala at the Accra Sports Center. So that is where everybody came to see that actually that boy, that small boy, that small boy, that small boy. So it was through that then Olympics registered me, and then it started from there.
Okay. So how many years did you spend at Olympics?
My first year in Olympics, and then this thing happens to me when I was in the national team. I came back going to play for Olympics in 2006, and then I had this whole thing, and I have to go out. Coming back, I played another 1 year again, and then I left for
Tema Youth.
Tema Youth.
How was the experience in your first stint as a player for Great Olympics? Obviously, one of the biggest clubs you have in Ghana.
Yeah, so I met with in the light of Nemo Mohamed, Lalas, then time Lalas, Odati Lawson, couple of high class players, and I was like a small boy. Then time it was in Kono, and then one goalkeeper who is called Achu, and then Robberman is now let me say he's working with immigration or something. Yeah. So I was like, Charlie, we what me Charlie. So I enjoy training. So whenever I go to training, before they come, I'll be there. When they are changing themselves, I will just be packing their things for them, and then when we start training, they'll be like, "Hey, unim go down." But that didn't make me.
They didn't
feel
eat
big.
into your head.
No, I was like, I want to learn like you. I want to be like you. I want to be like you. Truly, truly. So it was through Ali Jare's assistant. When I come home, he has to take me through some drills, training, and one goalkeeper, Raymond Fenny.
After training with Olympics, you come home and train again.
Yes.
Wow.
Olympics train sometimes in the morning and sometimes in the evening by then. So when we are training in the morning at Olympics, in the evening I have to go to Ali Jare's place with the lights of Raymond Fenny, Lord Quarty, as of folk previously, and then Moffat, previous Ghana national goalkeeper. So all these people were helping with my development from time to time, and then with the help of back then Olympics goalkeepers too. They like me. They took me as their junior brother, and the likes of Ajete, this goalkeeper. Ajete. He's also from Tema.
He was also a goalkeeper for Olympics.
Yes, and those are the people who gave me the platform. They will be like Charlie Marchinelle or say Makolani Dao Charlie Menebo. And they were supporting me.
That was a Premier League match.
Yes.
So
my first match was against Sportif at Airwalk, and I made my name from there. So it started from there.
So that was the experiences you had. So let me take you through this. A lot of people who have played for Olympics and a few other Ghana Premier League teams have said that those times you don't sign a contract, or even if you do, it is only a signing on fee you receive. You don't receive a salary. Is it true?
Well, I can't talk for everybody. With my experience, when I went to Olympics, a small boy always come in. I don't even know what is called contract. Even when you give me a paper to sign, I'll just do it and go and play because I want to play.
Yes, I want to play.
And then time, it was full of passion. They will only buy you boots and gloves, and
The team will buy the boot and gloves.
Yeah, my first time being at the office, they called me to the office, and I was like, Italy, na me ukra popo.
Well, so why money?
So like, oh, when you be able to so you have to sign this paper for us to be able to register you, even if it has to be 20 years, 30 years. I didn't even pay attention to that. Because who call your boot at that home, any gloves. I was very excited by then because I want to play. People will be going for Justify. I didn't go for Justify. They came to my house to pick me to go and register me. So I was like, oh. And then they were giving me, by then, like, now 20 CDs or something. And I wasn't even focusing on that because supporters...
That is for the month.
Yeah.
For the month.
Supporters were supporting me and people were like, oh, Charlie Okusku Abrana Beji. So my mind wasn't even on... Yes. By then, people liked what we were doing by then. So, and there were few big men in Olympics. When you are doing well, they are always like, oh, Hamo in friend, mommy, Brakanim, or Dube Kofi, or Siwa, at least Kakrabeba. No fear sometimes, those kind of things, they'll bring it to my mother. And I'm okay with that. And even as it stands now, many of the Premier Division teams sign contracts without giving players anything. Currently, I'm telling you. Even if they have to give you whatever they want to, they will have to give you. They will be delaying tomorrow when we go, Accra, it will turn to something. You as a player, you wouldn't be able to talk because when you talk, they paint you black.
Because you've spoken the truth.
Yes.
And one guy was here, I wouldn't mention this, the one former player who played for Hearts of Oak was here. And he says he signed a contract with them. Was supposed to last for, I think, 2 years. They paid for the first 6 months. The following one, they didn't pay anything. So he had to leave the club. And up to now, he's been requesting to get his money.
And it will look like they are always team up, the clubs.
Like,
what this will
they are
do
doing
to
everything.
You, people will always say, Ham, you stop playing too early. And I'll be like, Charlie, this is an economy. If you like, go to the internet right now. Google my name with Medeama.
Medeama Sporting.
They will say there is some kind of a thing there like Medeama sack Joseph Holm. But when you read the story, it's not like that.
So you spent 3 months with Medeama?
No, not 3 months. I played a whole season with Medeama. When I qualified them, I didn't play again.
When you qualified them for Confederation? For
Confederation. I came to sit at home.
Why?
And they begged. I didn't go. I'm coming to that. So afterwards, I sat home for a whole season without playing. And then Adriana came for me. So I went to Adriana, training with Adriana, and then Moses Parker called me again. He said, Ham, Matisa with Adriana, back. So I went back 2017 again, hoping to play. But yes, still, those things they were doing previously that got me annoyed, they were still repeating the same thing.
What were the things they were doing?
Your monetary issue. They will tell you, I want to give you this. You as a player, me, when I come to your club, it's not about the money. That is why I want to play. Because I know Ghana, we are some way.
Yeah.
So when I come, I just want to do the work for you to enjoy and then give me what you want to give me. So even what we write on paper, I don't focus on that because I came to work. Let me do the work. And they will tell you, Ham doesn't joke with this work. But signing a deal, small money, give the money to me, then you have to give the money to somebody. Then the person have to use the money, and then you as the club leaders or the club owners, you wouldn't say anything. And then you will be asking me to go for the money from the person.
They eventually give the money to someone.
Exactly.
The club gives the money to someone.
Exactly.
Who is that one we are talking about?
One, Mr. Barry.
You know him?
I know him.
Was he your representative?
No, he was working with them.
Is that how it was supposed to be? They give every player's money to him?
I don't know how it happens. So I went to the office, demanding for my money, and then he'll be like, oh, yeah, do Sikanama. Mr. Barry non fast Sikanama.
I didn't see.
So the arrogancy they were talking about started from there. So, when you wanted, that time, my mom was sick seriously and I needed money. So you could imagine how I will go in with that, friction. So I went in and then I have to voice on a higher note, and the people will be like, Charlie, it's not here. This kind of loose talks.
Were you the only player experiencing this, or some
I
of your
wasn't there.
teammates?
People were even doing worse than what I did, because for me wabotrepa. Me will be like, oh yeah, my dear, I'm your show. That mess back, People will start saying, Charlie, it's not here. That is how I am. I suffered a lot with the team. And at that time, it was Sky Edgy, small.
But now I signed the contract.
Now I signed contract.
Have they paid you every bit of arrears they are supposed to pay?
No, they haven't. Even as at this moment.
Are you requesting for it?
No, leave them. Me, I am one person, I'm always like, it didn't obey. Because I don't want a situation whereby like you Medeama say I wanted to marry my girlfriend. I spoke to them. Nobody attended.
You invited them.
I invited them. They did not even support what
Wedding was in Accra.
No, it was in Tema.
Okay.
I did it in Tema 25. So nobody came. Even the players, only 2 players showed up. That isn't even a problem.
Was it when the season was active? Or was
the season was active. We qualified for the Confederation Cup that we are preparing for.
So you hadn't left. You were still in Ghana.
I was there.
The team was in Ghana.
It was in Ghana.
But the Premier League was in.
We ended it. But
so you
even
on that season.
on that season itself, we should have won the league title. But I knew they eventually left the league title for Kotoko. Because on that time, Moses wasn't financially stable because he was having lapses on his head. So, and you can't even take 2 things at a time. So things happen, and then Kotoko took it.
So are you saying they sold some of them?
I wouldn't say that, because it's like you can't headline 2 things at the same time. You understand? And even you are not ready for that. So what will you do?
You drop one.
Yeah, I quite don't remember what really, really happened. But do you recollect when we went to Kumasi and they beat us?
Mm-hmm. Medeama then Kotoko.
Yeah. They beat us severely.
Heavily, yeah. Was it like 4 goals?
We scored them, I think. Was it 1 goal or draw or something? They were supposed to win that match. And we held them. And they didn't understand. So they started beating us, throwing stones to our bases and stuff and things. Sacrificing for a club, and then later on, they'll be like, doing this to you is some kind of worrying. You understand? So after the wedding, I decided not to go again.
As a player, you are getting married. You invite the team. The management, the board, none of them shows up. Your teammates, only 2 showed up.
Only 2 showed up.
How was the feeling like? How did you take it?
Actually, I had many friends. In Accra Suffolk players within Accra. Yeah, people came. So I wasn't too much worried. But Charlie, at least a little bit of support. 2 CD, fashion envelope.
This is what when a team know why they support talk for your wedding.
I felt bad. And I was like, Charlie Crawford way pa me in Kobe. It started from there. So I didn't go. Moses friend me man. So one day I was there and he called me and he was like, I didn't hesitate. He sent me money. I went back. When I went back, be sure said, no, these people, they don't want to change. And I left. So
they left the club.
I left the club. So when they were going to play, that time they have started playing the Confederation Cup and they were losing here and there. Things were not going. So they wanted to bring me to, and me, my catch on me tournament on the main court. Because now Oya be me more. And I couldn't pretend on that.
Yeah.
So we left it like that, and then I left. So when I left the camp, they were like, me, my call a wall and absent without leave, and then I've gone absconded. That is what they play. If your player is gone for absconded and Udi injunction at Tunisua, at least player no fear now Udi injunction at Tunisua. Every month say it be a 2 cedi no dia or so chimu half.
No one half.
But mumu to abia. You see how Ghana class works. And to me, I will fear now who see what suspending me no. They didn't pay me.
Are you blaming the club?
Yeah, I have to blame them.
Why you not blaming the Ghana Football Association?
Say everyone they got to.
Okay.
Ghana Football Association did not employ me in the first place. Even they are the ones held in the competitions. So I have to talk about the club before I jump to them.
Okay.
Because who fear now who got deep money wa bonting. I because say entity will fear. But yeah, can say entity wa bonting. So what I say, and so it started from the club. I did BSC or club, no. FN Becker also on no name. But when you talk about Ghana football entirely,
so I mean, this is what you were dealing with as far as Medeama is concerned.
Yes.
They didn't pay the money as they were supposed to.
No.
So fast forward, the next move I think was to involve the Ghana Football Association because there are ethics, there are rules, there are regulations. This is what a club should do when a player goes wayward. If you think there's an injunction on a player not to train with the team or whatever, you are supposed to pay this. That is why I'm asking. You didn't involve the Ghana Football Association.
Okay, fast forward. I was at home, and then Ali Jara called me one day when Accra were playing against one of the, I think Kotoko or something. So we were in the stadium, and then PFAG president, that is Tony Bafo.
Okay, as I did.
So he was with Ali Jara when I came, and he said, "Hey, this boy, you are a very good goalkeeper. Why are you not going to play?" So I started to narrate the story for him to at least
the Medeama story.
Yeah, to help me. This is what I'm facing. Do you know what he told me? My friend, go and play your ball.
That was a response from Tony Yeboah or Ali?
Exactly.
Tony Yeboah.
Tony Yeboah.
Anthony
Bafo.
Oh, Anthony Bafo.
Not
my
Tony
friend,
Yeboah.
go and play your ball.
And stop what you are doing.
So you shouldn't care about the money.
And
that is what he was saying.
I felt bad. So Ali Jara asked me to just be calm. He spoke to me as a father too. So I called Medeama people and I told them, okay, you guys need to give me my money so that I'll come and work. They said I should come. I went back. Going back, and then
was it Moses Parker?
Moses Parker. He called me. That man is a very good person. I don't know. People around him are always frustrating things the way they. But Moses, in person, is a very good person. To be honest with you, I wouldn't lie about that. So back and forth, Moses said, "Okay, I went there. I met Moses. Moses, go and meet the acting chairman by then. Another bad person, bad energy. He spoke to me anyhow. And then the next thing I told him, okay, fine, I want to terminate
the contract.
That was my second going. I want to terminate the contract. So after terminating that second coming contract, and then that Ghana soccer, who was this boy?
Who?
Oh, that blogger, that sports journalist.
Ghana Soccer Net.
Soccer.
Achireko.
No, Achireko. The one who was working with Medeama before. I've forgotten his name. And then he went ahead to write to the internet that Medeama sacked Joseph. If you read that story, you realize that the caption wasn't what they wrote. And for himself, people were even advising me to take him on. But he can say, I called him and I told him, oh, his name. He was working with Medeama by then.
Says Medeama mutually part ways with goalkeeper Joseph Holm.
Also, where is it then?
Medeama mutually part ways.
But the internet, most of them is like Medeama sack coach, Joseph, goalkeeper Joseph.
Medeama sack goalkeeper Joseph
Have you seen
from
that one?
misconduct. Ghana Web.
So how is this true? Me, I went to them and I said, Charlie, the way you guys are treating me, I don't like it. Let me come. They even begged me, and I said no. Because by then I had wanted to travel to the UK. What was I say? So that was where I had a chance to move to UK and then had my first goalkeeping certificate from Tottenham.
Oh, you went to Tottenham Hotspurs?
Yes. I had a chance to do that there.
Which year?
That was between 2016 and 2017.
2016, 2017. So that was when Hugo Lloris was the goalkeeper for Tottenham.
Exactly. So somebody introduced me to him when they were training.
To Lloris?
Yes, I think he and their equipment manager.
Okay.
So he asked me to come the next day. So he asked me so many questions and then I answered him. I showed him some pictures and stuff and they said, oh, Charlie, you are good. So we exchanged contacts, but I lost his contacts. And then he was giving me some ideas. Whilst Coach Nassam from Ghana, he was also giving me some tutorials when he had wanted me to coach after football.
Okay.
So he saw that in me when he was coaching me at Medeama. So through that, I had my first certificate in coaching.
Okay. There in England. Okay. So it was a certificate as an outfield coach or a goalkeeper's trainer.
Goalkeeper's trainer.
A goalkeeper's trainer.
But going through that certification, they teach you everything, like field coaching and those kind. Because being the goalkeeper's trainer, so you need to have the knowledge.
Yes, but what is happening? Not only the goalkeepers.
Because on the field of play, when you are a goalkeeper's trainer, do you know you are directly the second coach, second assistant to the
main coach?
Main coach. But in Ghana, I don't know how we do things here. They don't even respect goalkeepers trainers.
In Ghana,
I am telling you, you don't even have a say when they talk.
You don't think people respect Fatah Dawda?
Only one. I wish my brother Fatah Dawda one day, if he will tell you the truth himself. You know, because sometimes, I don't know, but some of the coaches are not like that. Because I have worked with different coaches, and I know some of them are not doing what they are doing. Some of them, when they are even finishing their work, they'll call you, what do you see? Because they know as a goalkeeper's trainer, you being a former goalkeeper, you know the field. And you know when things are going right or wrong, you can also advise on something. They will ask you. But some, even when you see something and you want to tell them,
they won't listen to you.
No. Even they will even want to tell you who to be in a goalpost for the near game.
Exactly where I was coming. What is the main the responsibility of a goalkeeper's trainer in a team?
You need to prepare your goalkeeping department, and then also make sure you give the right person who is ready to participate or to be in a game.
So you have a game, there is a selection, you're supposed to go through selection process. As a goalkeeper's trainer, you suggest to the head coach that amongst the 3 or 4 goalkeepers I have, this is in the right shape and right mind to be in the post.
Exactly. Psychologically, you are working with them.
So you know the best.
You know the best. And you know who is ever ready. Because when even the entire team is playing, let's say playing a mini game or something, and it has to be goalkeepers performing, the goalkeeping department head, that is the goalkeeper's coach, he's also a head coach, mind you. Being observing all the goalkeepers is also observing the players as well.
Yeah.
Because he has to observe the player behavior in the front line of the goalkeeper. Let's say the defenders as well. And then making the goalkeeper to understand the concept or whatever the coach is teaching, the main coach is teaching, the head coach. And then you have to give your report to the head coach to know this is happening. Otherwise, maybe through the gameplay, the head coach will even call you to tell you that I am seeing this ahead of this. He will tell you what he says, And then you also
Tell him
what you see. In the end, it's a teamwork. Okay, let's see this one for a start. Oh, okay. The way I'm saying them, they are all there. You understand? But performance-wise, if you have an open game, that determines who is ready to play or is not ready to play. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Per the system the team has to play or team would want to play in a game.
Are there any circumstances where you feel your suggestions made to the coach were thrown away?
Many times. Let me say my godfather in coaching, that is Coach Pakwesi Fabian.
Okay.
I shout out to him.
Fabian is currently with Hearts of Lions.
No. It's Bashir Rayford.
Bashir Rayford rather with Hearts of Lions. Okay.
Pakwesi Fabian was with Legon
Cities, yeah.
And let me tell you, he's one of the finest
Coaches we have in Ghana.
we have in Ghana in terms of development. But you know, sometimes big men always would like people who can lie to them, always close to them.
Take it again.
Always good people, or maybe elderly people, or let me put it this way, head coaches, let's say, because we are talking about football coaches, would always harbor people who would lie to them, not to tell them the truth. And they are their best friends.
Is it a coincidence or they do that?
Per my experience, I would say they normally do that. Because with my experience with Legon Cities, when Pakwesi was the head coach, like I said, he is my godfather. And with Pakwesi's type of coaching, Masa, seriously, is something else. Different level. Because when it comes to development, when you see or when you watch closely Legon Cities with their performance, the ball that they are playing with where they were before Pakwesi left, they shouldn't be there. I don't know what is happening to the team, though.
Which year did you leave Legon Cities?
Oh, just early this year, when we played around 3 matches or 4 matches and I left.
Oh, so you've been there during the era of Michel Otu, Jonah.
No. I was there last season when they had wanted to go to relegation. I joined the team and then they climbed up.
Okay.
Like you will say, so were you the one who changed something?
Yeah.
No, not me. It was a teamwork.
Relegation experts.
Oh, no, not me. It was, it
was a collective
work. So this season, what Pakwesi was expecting the club to do for the team to survive, they were not doing that. So it keeps crying inside him all the time.
That is the fault of the management.
The management.
Because
but the reason why
Pakwesi, Maxwell Kunedu took over.
No, Maxwell left, Pakwesi came.
Oh, Maxwell left, Pakwesi.
And then a champion came recently and he's also left. And things are the same way it is. And they are playing very good football if you have to watch them closely.
I was with Ghana Broadcasting Corporation radio. So I was actually entrusted to cover every Legon City's home match at the Wax Sports Stadium. If it was on Sunday, basically I was there every time. So either run commentary or give reports, up-to-date reports, whatever was happening on the pitch, I just call in. So basically I had experiences with what was happening at the club, but not deeper.
Yeah.
But I think on the lighter side, I saw everything that was happening at Legon City.
Like I was saying, so let me come back to what I was trying to talk about my godfather. Something happens and I left. The reason I left, Pakwesi didn't take it easy to know the truth. But I know today he knows the truth and can't even call to tell me, oh, Ham, you were right.
Did you tell him you were leaving?
Somehow.
No, did you tell him?
Somehow, what happened was, directly, I didn't. But he said something, and I said, oh, is that true? And then one of the leading management member called me on phone and said, he was even surprised. So they said, as I speak to you, they owe me sums of money, like 3 to 4 months, with some bonuses. Nobody paid.
Pakwesi said something to you that he had heard
Exactly.
and someone confirmed?
He didn't even say it to me. Oh. As a father, with you call me, do this for me. Oh, let's do this. We roll together. We do everything together. Sometimes when you need someone to talk to, I am. You heard something, and you knew. Oh, I've been dining with this man. So if not for anything at all,
He should be able to tell.
you should be able to ask me. Maybe what you heard wasn't what it is.
Exactly the truth.
So I heard it from someone. What did I even say? We played a match, we lost or we played draw. I don't know. I quite don't remember. So when we're coming on,
Away.
You dropped from Kumasi.
Who dropped? Pakwesi.
Pakwesi dropped from Kumasi. So we came. But I realized anytime Pakwesi is not around, me as a coach, if my head coach is not around, the only thing I need to do with the players, if he hasn't even given me directives, the only thing I need to do is to repeat what he has been doing.
Do with them, yeah.
At least that is what they are familiar with. That is why we are there. You don't change things and then be making players to run. So on the contrary, they brought an assistant coach. So
an assistant coach for Pakwesi.
For Pakwesi. So the assistant coach, on that very moment when Pakwesi alighted at Kumasi, we started training. So I realized the assistant coach was doing what I was expecting him to do.
Okay.
You understand? So when I was coming from my section, and I said, oh, Charlie, these are the things that when coach is not around, we are supposed to do to cover up. Because one person was there who feels he knows everything, will always want to take charge when coach is not there and be doing different things.
That is what you said? Or that is what you meant?
That is what I meant.
Okay.
And what I said was like, Charlie, coach in here, training win or say, but and yet, me coming. Then the coach.
Who is that person you're referring to?
He was my own friend who likes
he was also
problems. He was part
coaching.
of. He's also a good coach, but sometimes he always want to do things on his way.
Okay.
But me, I feel say waha na studio. The way we interview people, your boys they are all watching. Yeah. When you are not here and you call any of them to take over, they know what to do because they have to take it from what you are doing. Yeah. But I realized that when coach is not around, this is what he's been doing. And when you tell him, he wouldn't even listen. So when the assistant coach came and he was doing the right thing, I was like, wow. Coach in here, training way, I feel say, I don't know what he turned the whole thing to go and tell coach.
Who?
The assistant coach.
That assistant coach went to tell the other coach or
no,
coach?
The coach Ankasa. Different thing. Say, what I heard was like, assistant coach no catch and say, who see your name coaching? How can I even say that?
Who will say why coaching name coaching?
How can I even say that? I am telling you. And I laughed. And people were there when I said what I said. So when those people heard the thing, they were saying, oh, asema okay, no say your coach asempo na oka. The reason why I have to bring this in is, this coaching thing that we are doing is full of hatred. So what we are supposed to get out of what we do, we are not getting them.
Financially?
Yes, especially financially. Listen, fine. We went to a meeting. First day they called out for the meeting. They didn't show up. I went, they didn't show up. The second day, I couldn't go because financially I was broke.
What meeting are you talking about?
Management and technical.
Legon cities.
Yes.
Okay.
They called us for the meeting. And so where the meeting is,
Pakwesi assistants didn't show up.
None of them, even the management, nobody came.
So who are you there with?
I went there and I called them on video that I am here. You see how things work in Ghana. So when they didn't go, they postponed the meeting to a different date. They didn't tell us so, but like we came for training today, and then they said, after
the meeting
we are going. And I told them point blank that I am not going because I don't even have money on me.
Where is the meeting supposed to be held?
somewhere at airport residential area.
Okay.
And I said, I'm not going. So they went for the meeting, and then what I heard later was like, okay, your boss is a fraud meeting now. How is this logic? Nobody even said, oh, last night a friend no buy you, but Obia and show up. And then also on this car, because you guys were not even paying. Salaries were not coming.
You're working for free.
Yes, that is what they meant when you talk problem. So after that meeting, following day, when you say be a meeting, no, it's a main point na majority goes but is the ombekano meti. But I didn't know say this is what they were going to talk. But me wo hanka e be a hono beti no kreno. Because maybe I will be given a chance to talk. But if you are not nyame ankasa person me dey. Because things will be like that. OMBO, after that day, one of the management member called me. Oh, I was surprised with the way many coach can't say no. His name is Mr. Terry. Because the way I even speak about coach whenever I am with them. Na coach yes I at least say be coach also let me say papa so one beside me now are taking his stance. That means on one kasano ebia no on pay me warning chain but now
coach for meeting I say
that coach
back
or meeting I say okay but also I wouldn't blame him for that one. Also that time also ya starting league ya call campaign and then ya starting league 3 matches bibi and koso you need to defend yourself in a way. And me na me call you a scapegoat.
Okay.
I hope you understand. I'm not worried. I wasn't even worried about what transpired. But nipa no koka asem na me din hu ya.
Cause enye sa na okan no.
Enye sa na me kan no. Ba asem fa na asem ko say me twen me hu. Me twen me hu no. And di 1 month, Pakwisi did what? He left. Anamebwa.
Yeah.
So one kind of one kind of. And then, even somebody called me and said, Charlie, go for now, I'm about team, the one almost 18. No. You see these things? Then people will be like, who can't say no, I'm Daniel Assem, no, say, oh, dear, Yami, Mr. Massa, my family, I don't want to come into the picture at all because me, when I left, I don't even talk about them. And to move from Assemuko.
Goalkeepers better than only age more Lagos cities.
Aziz, the famous Aziz, and then Kuma, and then that Honu boy, the spoiler. Honu no say it.
Honu was a backup goalkeeper to Gajio U20.
Yeah. Yes.
Sylvester something.
Sylvester anyway, you know. Sylvester
two goalkeepers.
Yeah, I think so.
Eso
we. Sylvester so. Sylvester fine goalkeeper like that. Now me say. Sa guy no hono no team no in a way no also can be na team ni sinking because why no hu to say obi a or ben players so the obeti bia no they are commanding because he thinks there or ya ibeni na management so ya before until team ni ya ni dia. Do you even believe say or no yen hu to say like your back training or no, if say team your mood you have to give him that chance. Master, we don't work like that.
Give him a chance.
Say, your man Kodago. Now management you crap. Dear mammy, na me premium who say me can't mass him patch there. Pakwisi no. Na me anka some person me feel because things that were going on na me pay because how can chairman or CEO let me about catch him say why are you not making letting Onu keep goals or no should be in the team. Let me catch and say,
you have 3 goalkeepers, so you select the best one.
Yes.
So why are they asking why this one is not catching?
And that
we
is
can't
the
use
pressure.
2 goalkeepers at the same time.
And even that boy is not serious. He has the talent, no doubt. But we are baby. And a goalkeepers trainer be about. Say me free yo. Me Gino brother na call Montari. Montari call you know. Order. Aziz is not Aziz is one of the finest goalkeepers we have in Ghana. Things are not going well for Legon City. So that is why that boy, nobody is talking about that boy. But when it comes to goalkeeping, all the goalkeepers you see, nobody comes close to that boy. That Aziz, Kwame Aziz,
yeah.
To be honest with you, if you like her, statistically,
young class, 22 years.
Go and check about him. Say she has shared Aziz 2 goals in poor. Number of saves on obey, as our lose match.
You see, that is where sometimes sometimes the way people bash certain goalkeepers for conceding certain number of goals, I don't understand. They be our own Yaka Ghana, yenya goalkeeper issues baby. Lawrence Atizigi, they be complain about him. And I concede 30 goals, I concede 40.
No, but he's a good goalkeeper.
But I'm telling you about the fact that Atizigi, when you go to St. Gallen, or consider for why saves 8.
Massa, let me tell you why.
And they are only talking about the fact that we consider goal. It is not only up to the goalkeeper
because
to
we always have our choices. And we always want to talk for them. Mami can't say much.
One, yes, you have choice, but yeah, me tiffy these sports journalists are because it shouldn't come from you.
Okay. Maybe try to make catch you say, and yes, me why until I make catch you playing say, move boy Jumapa because I've been following you. I've been following things that you do. The interviews that you have here, Coach Awi Baha na adi mibwa.
Yeah.
I have the videos. Me who are my download. I learned something from that. Me things say my mobisa no. You are not one way. But when they start talking now, you know where they are heading to.
You know, say always side.
Exactly. And that is not how journalism should be. Eti minu sometimes say me person me come wasem enra see na me share sports station bi. Do you know what they were talking about? Come to talk about Najao any Ebendida na say our as of folk. Na who we catch him say masokonesi masokonedu epese eba at asinsi or no one
backroom
staff enti oba Najao no ni ejuma enti let me tell you one thing, no disrespect to anybody. Najao, I salute you are my brother, but ejuma na you may find somebody here today, but when it comes to the work ankasano on ben nipa no work down on them. And I can tell you that boldly enya omaso omo follow the on the ground no say sa na ye di meriting ni pa anka bia me mintina team ye dida when it comes to goalkeeping development or buejuma Najao or buejuma, but where Dida is now no,
that is not where he should be.
He is one of the current goalkeepers trainer. When you want to talk about goalkeeping department, you talk about him because one keeper or training is a under or no. He's currently number one goalkeeper in there. So you are making a sa currently. He is in charge of that boy. At least or had something to the boy. So you can't take that thing away from him. I'll say Najao, but that means who ye can pay be.
I'm a Najao.
Najao is a good goalkeeping keepers trainer. He's my brother. We fight on over frame here. We the way Jimu back Kumasi crowd on frame. Now me no you bet 3 months and Najao will tell you say, hey Ham or boy Juma when it comes to development. Or no boy Juma. Ufre Dida or be catch you. Me Papa Joban when it Joban be who Ejuma me or say hey Ham say when you know Ejuma no more. But me fan bomb me no because Ejuma no the who yes is here no
obi aye twem
ya twem e na obi sumpo or bar be ya
so you have to look further also say they be
exactly but yeah way chire no journalists and I say sports talkers no we should be able to measure things the way it should be. Me my enko ya dey say we want to favor because Najao Afri Kotoko enti ye baby by force idea man na nipa no wo no what beside the background Najao what you on so pe team and obenya team because he is there already. But come to think about this, nipa no bi wo ho a on nimajuma ne by ye man e be need say say ye did no cry anka by this time on also national team me a meti here no dey be American say na my me we free because me person make kasa ma me ho people should talk for me but ye can no cry because when it comes to development e ho na obe fan we what develop how many goalkeepers and I say how many players now what develop on the life no when it comes to my head e bi mo ho already made no omo share no omo so ni omo ye adwuma but ye can obi a e bi a we oh, we person means you are goalkeeper. Now what fun? Within a short while, what transforming is there? Oh yeah. Ube hununa what film? Oh, what could baby won't say that be we goalkeeper now order or here technical movement and tactical discipline kakra. Now they are called man or suane far. No, kasa say hey, sisi ade the year jumano and no ne friend of development. Aziz, obe catch you say hey, good time oba no Charlie. Sisi ame dago enye me na maye bibio obi aye ansa me ba me di bibia ye den abekam ene adwuma no so no obi starti eja obi ba obi benya privilege no baby ono be fa no eno kire se ono na e bibio but a time ena the way American no obi be ti asem bi ye fa no say Fatah Dada shout out to you bro, he's doing a great job. But ebia nkomo bi besi ye bo nkomo ne mo no meka bibi but I didn't mean anything bad but because we epe favor free Fatah no akodane asem no Fatah hu ano de ani bi na ye de ehwe we don't do that. Ghana coaching na no is full of hatred and a media no so dodo na omumboa se adwuma no enti omuma adwuma no ekwa na akosi. That is why we are not getting the best out of what we are doing. So what did the can say? So Charlie, it's a whole lot. And I feel say today wherever Parkway say is, I know say he has find out the truth because Nipo Ben Afrima catch him. Can you say me Parkway see or me papa me for no 3 months.
But since you left Silicon Cities, on say Parkway in camping.
They maintain in camp. Me imagine say me friend because I didn't hear me ya. Me papa no me hu na me share na me chan pepe ba I didn't hear me ya because obia baby Osman me bia me ko ade bia opese me ma obia me say empo enokrempo say makasa asem na you have a way of dealing with me udi ebisa me na me ka say sa na me kan empo na me friend pa na me say hey asem me kan no quote the exact words
yes
what did I say but at the moment I want to me side of story. Now Fadian person because you want to use me as a scapegoat because of things were not going well and you don't want people to talk about it. And me na maybe occupiers. No, we don't do that. And then me know what is happening there.
It's still not working.
But me no even uba out to say yes, yeah, baby. The players they know when I'm not there, but every day players has to be calling me Charlie ye paucho bra akoto capito ye paucho ye di ye pese any management ni kasa no mo be paucho na me say masa member.
On the pouch no sisi ano some of the 4 months.
Oh, they owe me more than that. But me, my job because
still odi achomo.
Me, I am that type. I don't fight over certain things because me want me life. Nipa no can some chairman management member no. Me beside say okay. Me say me team na me and family. But mo de me ka mo de be. Oh, eno de ya kan wasem ye de ni nyina be ma. Beside say by the up to now. Me say tell you wa frame mpo akasa asem no. Me friend mpo bisa no. I won't. Say you're
how many clubs are about Ghana? Medeama Sporting Club, Accra Great Olympics, Tema Youth. Omunia, Omode Woka. We Olympics,
because by me to me hold you because they made me.
They made you, yes.
Now, 2. Tema Youth. Me papa ma, they already hear me. And he himself, wherever he is, he knows what he has done to me.
Papa might not be pre-GFA president.
Yeah, I support because someone say, born man can non him born him. Say what I say. But never be oye no, and fever no. And I pray say, Nyami, a tune in some bioma at this obesuya. Adie every no, because me bought my youth. Promises are the mammy na obe farming. Saturday na me call Power FC. No more relegation. No more palm just a member board no more qualify. And a palm so be whom you say no, me brother my member one no qualify by premier. Well, the people were talking, oh, Temayuti yeko. Palmer drove me. We went there. Okoji me card nearby. Palmer castle be talk chem. Adi amayem. Me ball league. Emma Palmer unbeaten. Me ball unbeaten. Palmer promised me here and there. Salary impo emba. E woman abema we week kakra na ade. Palmer renti dan kitwa be mami. Omo mami scan na bibu free say me bought him ni bi mo. Be Palmer me free dining. Yes.